How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the CGT qualifier tour. So this is the semi-final match, going up against Wolf for Wolf in the Trostu Gyarados. Very, very good coach, someone who I really look forward to playing, but maybe not necessarily in this scenario. But yeah, this is post commentary. When I recorded the video, it was late at night. My family was asleep, so I didn't really want to wake them up. So yeah. I don't necessarily like post commentary. I don't like doing it. It's like the first time I've ever actually done it, but yeah. So anyways, so he didn't bring Tangrowth or Halucha, which I was really expecting. Which I'm not gonna say I'm not fine with them not coming, but yeah, as you'll see with my Zygarde set, it was kind of built to take on Tangrowth, but whatever. So leading Cinderace, I kind of realized, like, you saw me flip around to change it. I realized Cinderace isn't really the best lead, because I could see him leading like Slowking or Nidoqueen was kind of what I was expecting, but I decided to go Cinderace anyways, just because why not? So best of luck to you, Wolf, and let's get into this. It's tradition, I gotta say it. Yeah, so leading with Cinderace, Banded Cinderace is gonna do a lot of damage, but really, like, again, I really am only just gonna click U-turn here. He does lead with Nidoking, kind of like I was expecting, but you know, what am I going to do? Bandit Powerball absolutely does not kill this thing. So, I know he's most likely going for hazards here, but at the same time, it could be like Scarf or something. So, I was looking to see if I wanted to switch out, but honestly, I'm just fine over U-turn, because Cinderace, without Halucha or Tangrowth, Cinderace doesn't really, like, it's more of a late game sweeper, so losing it early to find out this thing's Scarf wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me. So I just go for U-turn. But again, I'm kind of expecting to. I don't think he'd go for Earth Power here, so I could have clicked Pyro Ball, but yeah. Yeah. Post commentary is so hard. I don't like. It's so hard not to spoil stuff. But yeah. So U-turn out. I always have Slowking to switch into this for free, absolutely free. Also based on the damage, I found out he was at least pretty close to max HP. Because, I mean, Bandit U-turn still should be doing a little bit more than that. But I do find out he's defensive from that, at the very least. Going to Slowking, like, Nidoqueen absolutely can't beat Slowking ever. Even Life Orb. And he just sets up rocks, so, yeah. Obviously, finding his Black Sludge is really nice to know he's not Life Orb. And, again, I know that he's a little bit defensive. I always click Teleport here, like... Even if he stays in, again, he's doing minimal damage. I get Zygarde in for free, and yeah, that's about it. Like, I'm doing my Slowking things. Kind of expect him to switch his own Slowking just because Slowking's such free Slowking switching, which I think is really funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, just get the best opportunity to switch Zygarde in for free here, because he absolutely has nothing that switches into Zygarde outside of Slowking, which I can click Toxic on. So he switched out into Tapu Koko, which is pretty interesting. Like, I could have clicked Scald, but I guess, yeah, Scald's not really doing much to a special Koko anyway, so. But I teleport. I could have gone right into Zygarde, but I have very little HP investment on Zygarde. And if he's like Specs Dazzling Gleam, that has a good shot to OHKO me, so I just go into my check. Which I kind of thought about later, is like, this is kind of... I went in intending to defog away the Stealth Rocks, which was dumb of me because I'm eject button to, like, if I'm getting caught in a Volt turn loop, I can kind of get out of it with eject button, because I really like using that. So I realized that it was kind of a dumb play to go into this. But yeah, then well, I mean, if he U-turns, it's not that big of a deal, and because then, like, I find out that he's either, if he's Specs locked into U-turn, then I can go into Zygarde, or you know, he's not Specs if he's U-turning me. So I don't really think, and he actually sets up Reflect here, so it's really nice for me clicking Defog, because obviously get rid of terrain, hazards, and his screens. Um, and kind of like now that he's revealed Reflect, and I've revealed Defog, I don't particularly think he's gonna go for it again. And at this point, I remembered my eject button, so I'm just like, okay, I'm getting out of here. I want to get into Zygarde as soon as possible because I know he's not specs at this point. So it's like I know that Zygarde can take a Dazzling Gleam pretty safely. Not safely, but like I'm fine trading like 60% off Zygarde for all of Coco. And then he ends up Dazzling Gleaming, which good to know he has, but that eject buttons me out. And I go right into Zygarde. So with this, I kind of might have been a little bit hasty because, and you'll see it in a second. I'm actually I'm special Zygarde because he has a lot of like physically defensive threats and Cloyster, Tangrowth, and Melmetal. So I'm like, you know, when am I ever gonna get to run special Zygarde again? So go for Earth Power here. I don't really expect him to stay in, but if he does, I think he's gonna click Reflect or Dazzling Gleam. And I know Earth Power should pretty much always kill this thing. But it might be closer than I think, just because like he's the screen set, so he might be pretty defensive. So because Earth Power just barely OHKO, like it was a guaranteed OHKO because I'm modest, but it was just barely. So if he has a lot of HP investment, then it has. I didn't do the calc for that, but there might be a chance it doesn't kill. And as you can see, he stays and goes Reflect. I go for Earth Power and OHKO. So that's very, very good for me. I don't know if it was definitely a roll of some kind. I don't know whose favor it is in, but yeah. But still, getting that damage off is very good, just because that puts it into like Bullet Punch range from Scizor. Because I can't imagine he'd have Roost on that set. I think it would have to be Dazzling Gleam and Thunderbolt with the two screens, or like a pivot move or something. I don't know. So yeah, getting rid of Coco is very, very good. He only got Reflect up, which doesn't matter because like this is again a special Zygarde, which kind of sad that Tangrowth didn't come down because I specifically brought it with Sludge Wave for Tangrowth, which makes it sad. But yeah, at this point, like the only thing that really like threatens me out is Slowking, just because like that's the only thing I really can't kill. I guess I can't really kill Melmetal either, but I'm fine getting 80% off on Melmetal. So he goes into Regidrago, which, so I'm thinking like, okay, well that's telling me it's Scarf, but he thought about it for a really long time. He screens Coco, and I know Dragon Dance absolutely destroys me. So I just put together like, there's no way this thing's Scarf, so I'm just staying and attacking it because I sped crept this thing. So yeah, I'm just staying and attacking, and he doubles. So I don't know if he's trying to like just scare me out or figure out if I'm choice locked or something, but yeah, this interesting play for sure. You can see Core Enforcer, the coolest animation in Pokemon. Diamond Storm might be better, but no leftovers in Slowking, which is nice to know, but yeah, that took a lot of damage too, so I'm pretty sure it's Fizz Duff. At this point, I'm thinking like, I had watched his matches before, like his previous two matches, and I kind of saw you play Slowking a lot like me, which is just get in, click teleport. And he brought Trick Room against the Rain Team, which I think that's kind of my go-to thing at this point. Like, trademarked it was just Trick Room against Weather. So I'm thinking like, okay, I highly doubt he's clicking Ice Beam here. And even if he does, like, I still live. So, it's not the biggest deal in the world, and getting Toxic on this off on this thing is very, very nice for me. So I decided to stand and click Toxic. Because at this point, with Coco gone, like, Zygarde doesn't need its health. Like, it's pretty much dying to everything. And then he sets up Trick Room, actually, which makes sense. Like, he has a Melmetal. Wasn't really expecting it, but, yeah, not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah. At this point, like, I don't particularly want to stay in, because, again, like, he just click Ice Beam at this point, and, like, getting that damage off when I'm not sure exactly what he's going for isn't really the best plan for me, especially when you just teleport it off. So I just had to go into Decidueye, which like it's Spadef Decidueye for Coco, so I assume I take an Ice Beam pretty easily. But he just teleports out, which, you know, absolutely makes sense. Like, I didn't really want to risk knowing Trick Room, or knowing his Trick Room now. I didn't want to risk the health on Zygarde at that moment when I can, you know, take a hit in Trick Room later. So this is free Melmetal. Like, he has absolutely no reason not to go into it. But not really that scared of Melmetal. I have pretty good switch-ins, I'd say. So yeah, I just go right into my Rocky Helmet Scizor that I brought the last time. I kind of expected him to be like Iron Defense Body Press, knowing that I would use Scizor as my switch into this thing. But as you'll see here, the double Iron Bashes doesn't do that much, so I know he's not banded, which he doesn't take Rocky Helmet Chip, so he's Protective Pads, which had he watched my first game when I fought another Melmetal, then yeah, he should have known I was Pads. Actually don't know. Was that? I don't think that was like Coco. I have no idea what it was, but you see Vacuum Wave. I just thought it was funny throwing Recloiser because I didn't really have another move. So just click Roost too. And this maybe a misplay to me, but I get flinched by double Iron Bash. 'Cause I completely forgot it can flinch. Like, it's just not a move that like it's ever flinching anything, because what does Melmetal really outspeed that often? So had I remembered it would have flinched, I probably would have gone for Vacuum Wave just to get damage, but whatever. So yeah, I go into Slowking. I didn't think he was gonna Thunder Punch. Even if he did, I had Walk On, so wasn't too concerned with it. And yeah, he just double Iron Bashes. I just wanted to save Scizor for later so I could save it to Vacuum Wave Cloister if that ever got out of hand. So yeah, then at this point, like, again, I'm Walk On Slowking, and I think he'd have Thunder Punch just because he has the terrain for it over Dark Lariat. So yeah, I'm just clicking Teleport here. I just want to get in, get out, take a hit, maybe threaten him out with like a Skull or a Flamethrower or something, I don't know. Because I know he's Pads at this point, he's not AV, so I know it would do at least a decent chunk. If I was Flamethrower, which I'm not, but yeah. And I didn't really, like, at this point I'm not entirely sure what to teleport into, because Earth Power doesn't kill Melmetal, even though it's not Assault Vest, it only does like, I think like 75, 80 max, and Ice Punch always kills me. But yeah, as he stays in Thunder Punches, I get Walk On. Doesn't particularly do that much, so I know like after a teleport I can most likely take another one. But yeah, so I debate between Cinderace and Zygarde here, and Vikavolt. I don't know why I debated Vikavolt, but because Cinderace can kill with Pyro Ball, but like he still had Slowking in the back that could very easily take it. So I just decided, like, you know what, I'm fine getting, you know, 75-80% off on Melmetal in exchange for Zygarde if he decided to go for Ice Punch, if he even had Ice Punch, which, you know, I'm not sure at this point if he does or not, but he's not willing to take that damage, and he just goes into Slowking, which absolutely makes sense. Yeah, Earth Power, hit. And at this point, like, I know he's setting up Trick Room, he knows he's setting up Trick Room, like, yeah, I'm clicking Core Enforcer. Again, live an Ice Beam if he decides to go for that, and that's even better for me, because then he doesn't get Trick Room up, and he's basically dead at that point. Like, this doesn't kill him, even after the poison, but again, like, he didn't get up Trick Room, and he's at like 2% of health, so so I'm entirely fine taking that damage off for an Ice Beam if he were to go for Ice Beam over Trick Room here, or Teleport, or whatever he wants to go for. I'm really sad how Lucha didn't come, because I thought it'd be really funny, because Core Enforcer is the very stupid secondary effect of if you go second using Core Enforcer, you nullify the ability of the other Pokemon, which it doesn't work with the Generator that way, sadly, like if they switch in. But like if Hawlucha tried to set up on me or something, I could nullify Unburden with Core Enforcer, and Cinderace would have been faster, but he didn't bring it, so I'm sad. Core Enforcer, you know, nice 45-ish%. and he sets up Trick Room, obviously. Um, so this play, I'd thought about it for a little bit. I kind of like his Slowking's so low, like he could easily teleport out. He could easily, well, he'd easily teleport out or Saiyan, but he has nothing that wants to take an Earth Power at this point. And like I'm absolutely fine getting rid of his only Trick Room setter for, you know, exchange for Ice Beam if he were to stay in, or like if he teleports out or anything. I think Earth Power is just the safest play, because again, like getting rid of Slowking is very, very nice for me. And if he like hard switches out, he has nothing that wants to take Earth Power. So yeah, he decided to stay in an Ice Beam, so I could have switched out and been fine. But yeah, Ice Beam didn't kill me, and I get rid of Slowking. So in that means after I just need to get through these 3 turns, and then, you know, Zygarde should just be able to win the game at this point. Assuming that Cloyster doesn't have Ice Shard, which, yeah, I don't know if it does or not. He obviously brings in Melmetal here, he has to. Then at this point, I'm kind of thinking, like, I don't know if he's going to go for Double Iron Bash, I don't know if he's going to go for Thunder Punch. So I'm debating between Scizor and, well, no, I'd never debate Scizor. I don't think I can ever go Scizor here, but I think it's kind of likely he goes for Thunder Punch over Double Iron Bash, just predicting Slowking to come in. But even if he doesn't, I'm fine just giving up Decidueye, because Coco's gone, so there's really no use for Decidueye at this point. So yeah, going to Decidueye, kinda, it's like half sack, half expecting him to Thunder Punch. Even though I'm going to sack him next anyways, but no, he goes for Double Iron Bash, and absolutely obliterates me. Yeah. So Decidueye gone. Wasn't really doing anything for the rest of this game anyways. So yeah. At this point, I just go into Slowking. I know I take a while to calc here how much Thunder Punch does max, and I think it did like 133-ish max. And I know he's protective pad, so barring a crit, he can never really do anything here. So I just teleport out, because there's 2 turns Trick Room left, so I can teleport here. Actually, wait, is there 2 left? No, yeah, there's 2 left, so I click Scald here or teleport just because I don't want any. I don't know if he has Rock Slide for Vikavolt. So I just decided to click Scald, because I don't want Vikavolt taking the Rock Slide. So he clicks Thunder Punch, doesn't kill me. I'm just going for a Scald Burn here, and, you know, some nice chip if I can get some. So it's nice, you know, 25-ish. And at this point, I think there's really no way he's gonna go for Rock Slide, so I go Vikavolt. Just get the Regenerated back on Slowking, you know, get in Vikavolt. Also, he was slower in Trick Room, which I usually when I'm fighting other slows, I try to make it min speed, negative nature, but I only made it negative nature. I didn't actually make my Slowking min speed, or else I would have undersped Melmetal too. So yeah, that kind of was bad for me. At this point, Trick Room's over. I know I'm faster because I didn't make this min speed, and I go for Mud Shot just because it hits this thing super effectively, and if he goes Nidoqueen, it hits that pretty hard too. So because Vikavolt normally can't touch a Nidoqueen without Mud Shot. But yeah, he goes Nidoqueen, and I Mud Shot that thing. It does a lot of damage. He hits speed drop, but he's still faster than me. Like I don't have any speed investment. I'm not negative speed, but don't have any investment. So I just go for Mud Shot again, because I figure he's just gonna set up rocks again, or, you know, he could just kill me too, which I'm fine giving a Vikavolt here, because not really doing that much for me anymore. Because Drago and Cloyster pretty much they wouldn't set up on it; they'd just kill it. So yeah, or Cloyster at least would. So Vikavolt is expendable here, so he sets up rocks, which, you know, kind of makes sense. Just get the extra chip off on my team, which he might not even had anything to kill me with. I don't know, and I kill him with Mud Shot. So this is the pivotal point of the game, I would say. Like, he can go Melmetal, he can go Cloyster if he wants to, but like both of those are gonna take a ton of damage from me, unless Cloyster doesn't set up, which that's like he's not gonna do that. So I'm pretty much sure he has to go Regidrago here. And at this point, like, I don't know what he is, but I'm fairly certain he's not Scarf, and because, like I said, all the things before, I think he's Dragon Dance. So at this point, I just go for Mud Shot. Like, I could get damage with Bug Buzz, but I think Mud Shot to negate the speed boost is what I have to go for, or else I just get swept by this thing. So as you can see, he has Dragon Dance, and then Mud Shot, lower his speed. So he gets the attack boost, but he doesn't get the speed boost. So at this point, Zygarde is still faster, and I'm content to just click this until, you know, either I miss or he just kills me. So I think really his only play is to keep Dragon Dancing and hoping I miss. Which, because Mud Shot's 95% accuracy, yeah, that's what I think he's going for here. Is just keep going until I miss. Which, Mud Shot, honestly, for the Regidrago has so much health, and for it being a Mud Shot for Big Ball, it's doing a ton of damage. At this point, I, like, based on how much Mud Shot was doing, I'm fairly confident Bug Buzz kills, because it did, like, 55 min. So I'm just like, yeah, it's no point in going for Mud Shot and maybe missing when I just go for Bug Buzz and kill it. Which, yeah, I think he realized that too, so he just kills me. Which absolutely makes sense. At this point, like, he's +2 attack, but even speed, so Zygarde just is able to come in and click Core Enforcer for free. Because this doesn't live, Cloyster wouldn't live, Melmetal wouldn't live, Core Enforcer into an Earth Power. So I think at this point, like, again, barring Ice Shard Cloyster, this game should be sealed. Or I guess Focus Sash Cloyster too. So yeah, goes into Melmetal. Takes a hefty chunk from Core Enforcer. Again, coolest move in the game. Yeah. I kind of got a little bit scared because at this point I had a ton of time. So I was double checking calcs, see how much Earth Power would do to Melmetal, and I think like max HP it did like 65 min, and I'm not really good at telling like how much percentage the thing has because I don't use the bar because I don't know. I'm not good at streaming. I don't know that kind of stuff. But yeah, Earth Power absolutely killed. So that's really nothing to worry about. Like I could have switched out or something, but I just felt like I didn't really need to. At this point, like, he absolutely has to go Cloyster and either be Focus Sash or have Ice Shard to win. So yeah, that's what he does. Core Enforcer always kills pretty much, unless he's max HP, just because Cloyster is butt Spidef. I'm debating switching out, maybe like trying to predict Ice Shard, but then I'm kind of like, well, what are his moves? He has to have Shell Smash, pretty much has to have Ice Cool Spear. I think he has to have Pin Missile for Slow King, and then at that point, like, he has nothing for Scizor if he has Ice Shard, so I think I'd kind of like theory out he doesn't have Ice Shard. So I just decided to stay in and click Core Enforcer. Because Core Enforcer is a lot stronger than Earth Power. It's like, I didn't realize it was that strong as well as 100 base power, but yeah, so blows him back. It was a crit. Don't necessarily think that mattered unless he had a lot of HP investment, which he absolutely could have, in which case sorry. But yeah, I don't particularly think that mattered. And at this point, unless Regidrago has a lot of bulk, it's not living either. So game should just be sealed up. Oh, never mind. I forgot the 50%. Never mind. Yeah, absolutely does not live. I was trying to play it like I didn't know what happened. But yeah. So moving on to finals, winner take all. Very, very excited for it. Playing Jay Ricky, played him before, different league, pretty recently. So kind of told myself, like, if I get to finals, I'm not gonna lose. Like, that's just my mindset right now. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching.